out my notes, it was just holding my place in the book. So I've just lost my place. First of all, thank you, Dami, and love to you. A lot of love and hugs to you. And to Tom and Sage, and okay, all of you, not just some of you. I'm really excited about having a story in this book, City of Weird. There's a few more people in this room that have stories in here. Raise your hand. They're all in that corner. And I found my place. And this story is about 6,000 words. I'm not going to read it all. That's the rest of the time we have tonight. So I'm going to read little parts taken out of the first few pages. Also, this was edited by somebody else in the room. Actually, the idea of the book was conceived and then edited by Gigi Little. Gigi was amazing to work with as an editor, or as I like to say to her face, editrix. So she'll be reading in a couple more places, so feel free to read her as editrix extraordinaire. The name of the story that you'll hear little excerpts from now is called Squatty and Weasel Boy. Working the cash register at my Burger King, all the humanity that came in all hours asking for their Whoppers and fries and milkshakes. Me in my damn scratchy polyester uniform, the color of baby diarrhea. Someone thought it was a good color for a fast food joint. My Burger King was a vortex for the way Portland was changing from a small town to a real city, from the Jimmy Carter 70s to the Ronald Reagan 80s. It wasn't long before we got addicts and dealers hanging out in our seating area, kids shooting up in the bathrooms, and the crazies we got, the violent kind and the non-violent, but always scary, talking out loud to no one I could see. Right from the start, I got Squatty. He was short and wide, wrapped in 4 or 5 sweaters, couple or 3 pairs of Levi's, white Nikes on his feet that he must have got from the donation bin at the Mission down the street. His chunky face weathered from the night air. Long, dark, unbrushed hair, no facial hair, just his unnatural, reddish kind of skin, real skinny nose, mouth wide open so he could wheeze through it. His eyes, you might not believe me, 2 different colors, like that rock star. One eye a hard candy green, and the other eye mostly black. The way he walked in, he was like a rock star too, head up high for such a short man. His crazy eyes barely moved, but you could tell he saw everything. He had this dirt smell, old garbage bag smell, unwashed, dried off sweat smell. He brought his lack of a home right up into my nose. Squatty. I didn't call him Squatty the first time he came in, but Squatty, he did this thing I hated. He reached across to my cash register and put his 2 hands on the top of it, dirty hands. The grime of his hands worse than the grime on the floor. And he rubbed the sides and the top of my cash register, ran his hands all around it like it was his register and not mine. Fingers curled around to the front, sweaty smears, his chewed up dirty fingernails. Welcome to Burger King, I said. We make it the way you want. Oh, I totally messed up the script. That's not what you're supposed to say. Didn't matter who walked up to your cash register, crazy homeless man, burned out old hooker, cop, even a rock star, you had to use the script. I thought it was stupid, but I liked it too. It gave me words to say to all the people. I don't know if I could have figured out what to say to them without the script. And this short little homeless guy, he got to me somehow. And I didn't say the right words. The words you hear every time there's a Burger King commercial on TV. Hold the pickle, he said. I thought he was going to sing our TV jingle. That's all I needed to hear. Hold the pickle, ickle, ickle. His flummy voice. Don't want no pickle, ickle, ickles. Icky pickles, don't want them. I didn't know if he was actually ordering something or just talking to himself in his make-believe crazy world, or both at the same time. What do you want, I said. Hamburger? Whopper Jr.? Burger, he said. Hold the pickle, hold the lettuce. hold the ketchup, hold the mayo. This was just the kind of thing I dealt with every day, all the time. Damn cash register. I couldn't just put in plain burger. I had to put in burger minus pickle, minus lettuce, minus ketchup, minus mayo. Each one of those was another button I had to push. Back in 10th grade, the school counselor talked about the way I didn't like to be touched and how alone I would be if I couldn't work on it. The first step, she told me, was get a job in a nice structured environment. Her words, structured environment. My Burger King at the corner of Burnside and Broadway was structured down to the last little script, but it was chaotic too. A structured room filled with the most unstructured individuals, druggies and homeless and hookers. The cops, the only structured ones, they wore uniforms, they dealt with all the humanity. They didn't like it when people touched them. Squatty didn't say if he wanted his burger for here, so I hit the button to go. And the whole minute it took, the schlub in the kitchen to put his burger together with a bun, no pickle, no lettuce, no ketchup, no mayo, and slide it down the chute all wrapped up in white paper, Squatty stood there with his hands on my register. I put his burger in a brown paper bag, the kind with a goofy big logo on one side, added a couple of napkins and put the bag on the counter. I wasn't going to hand it to him, have him pull some kind of crazy person touching thing, his dirty hands on me. He took the bag and backed up toward the doors. That was the first time, but he did it every time he came in. Never let me see the back of him. I don't know why. For all I know, he could have been totally butt naked in the back, but I never saw. Not the 5 days a week for 5 years before I killed him. Not the 20 years after that. It's called sitting weird, it's just not weird. Just before he pushed open the door with his ass, Squatty yelled out to me. His two eyes, the one hard candy green, and the other mostly black. I don't know why he yelled out what he did. Probably some weird way he read my name tag. Scratching at his throat, this is what he said. Hey there, weasel boy, kiss my ass.